Hey ladies and gentlemen, my name is Abel Tembe, and today we're going to talk about a very interesting topic. It's culture and heritage tourism. Welcome. And yes, let's get to it then. First of all, we need to start by defining what do we mean by culture and heritage tourism. So culture and heritage tourism refers to the practice of traveling to learn about the history, art, and culture of a place. This form of tourism is becoming increasingly popular as people seek to learn more and more about the place they visit. And also it's very much important to understand that this is an interdisciplinary field of study which focuses on various aspects of local culture and heritage and on the implication of the development as tourist destination. And yes, let's get to it then. Then there's also a difference between culture and heritage. By difference, I mean there's what sets them apart. So what sets culture and heritage apart from each other? Heritage refers to the legacy of the people that they inherit from past generations, whereas culture, on the other hand, refers to the collective body of knowledge that members of a society acquire by virtue of existing in a location. There's also a whole other variety of different terminologies. We have what we call inbound tourism, we have what we call outbound tourism, we have what we call internal tourism, and what we call domestic tourism. So let's get to that. What do we refer by domestic tourism? Let's start with that term. Domestic tourism, ladies and gentlemen, is nothing more, nothing less than the type of tourism that involves residents of the given country traveling only within the borders of that country. And what do we refer when we speak about inbound tourism? That one involves non-residents traveling in a given country. So outbound tourism, on the other hand, involves residents traveling in another country. Then we have internal tourism, which comprises domestic tourism and inbound tourism. So ladies and gentlemen, now we're going to talk about a very important aspect of our topic today, and that is cultural uniqueness and diversity in South Africa. As we all know, South Africa has been famously referred to as the Rainbow Nation. That is because of the variety of cultures and diverse heritage that we find in our country. So we have different ethnic groups. We have the Pedis, we have Tsongas, we have Vendas, we have Ndebeles, we have Tswanas, we have Xhosas, we have Zulus. I'm so sorry about the Xhosa term. I can't really pronounce it because I'm not Xhosa myself. I'm Tsonga. So I have a little bit of difficulty pronouncing that way, but it's not of much importance. And we also have the Afrikaners, we have the Khoisan people, we have Hindu people now, and also we have diversity or in religion as well. We have many religions. So ladies and gentlemen, the culture that we're going to focus on today is the Xhosa culture. Because among all the cultures, I feel like the Xhosa culture is one that grabs my attention the most, because the Xhosa people make decorative and colorful beadwork patterns and motifs. I'm talking about their arts and craft now. Their beadwork has a symbolic meaning. They also wear animal horns. They make woven grass and reed baskets, as well as pottery and wooden sculptures. And a very interesting fact is that married Xhosa women wear bright beaded wraps over underskirts and beaded head rings. Decorative beadwork is worn with contemporary clothing. So it's a very interesting culture. As you see on our left, we have some images there to actually depict the artwork, and the dress code as well. Very interesting. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna focus on cultural heritage sites, such as monuments, such as museums, historical buildings in our country. So there are many more, but I've named a few here. I have Robben Island Museum, Cape Town. The Castle of Good Hope is in Cape Town as well. We have Cradle of Humankind in Johannesburg. We have Isimangaliso Wetland Park in KwaZulu-Natal. Kirstenbosch in National Botanical Garden in Cape Town. We also have the National Museum, which is in Bloemfontein. We also have Constitution Hill, which is in Johannesburg, and the District 6 Museum in Cape Town, the Apartheid Museum, Johannesburg, and the Voortrekker Monument in Pretoria. Ladies and gentlemen, these sites are very much important. They are of paramount importance because they boost our economy. So the question that comes in is, how does tourism help our economy? How does tourism improve our economy? So tourism offers great opportunities for emerging economies and developing countries. So it creates jobs, it strengthens the local economy, contributes to local infrastructure development, and it can help to conserve the natural environment and cultural assets and traditions, also heritage. And also it helps to reduce poverty and inequality. Yes, my dear students, so below we have historical buildings, and we also have cultural villages. So these are the most popular historical buildings. Namely, we have Videvoort Dome Conservancy, we have the Anglo-Boer War battlefield sites, we have War Museum in Bloemfontein, we have Union Building, which is just here in Pretoria, is close by, and I suggest that you guys go and see it on your free time. It's very interesting. It's one of the most popular historical buildings. And also we have cultural villages. These are the most popular. We have Shakaland in KwaZulu-Natal. We have the Vatsonga Cultural Village. We have Bapedi Cultural Village. We have Nyani Cultural Village, and Bakoni, which is another museum. Yep. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna focus on South African heritage bodies. So when we focus on that, we have to name the South African Heritage Resource Agency. Is also, you have the logo here and the function as well. So South African Heritage Resource Agency is an organization established under the National Heritage Resources Act, which is number 25 of 1999. So also we have local, provincial, and national heritage sites. So these three are actually different. So let's focus on the difference. Let's define each kind of heritage. We have local heritage sites, which are sites in a particular town, city, or region that are important to the local community. This can include historical buildings, this can include monuments, this can include structures and of cultural significance. We also have provincial heritage, which refers to sites that are significant to a larger region or province. This can include places of historical, cultural, or natural significance that are of importance to the entire province. And lastly, we have what we call national heritage. What do you mean by national heritage? National heritage are sites that are significant to an entire nation, to everybody in a specific country, right? So these sites are of great importance to the nation's history, of great importance, culture and identity as well. Examples can include national monuments, national parks, historical buildings, or natural landscapes. So one example is one that is close to us, which is the Union Building. It is very important to us as a nation. So also let's focus on another tribe in South Africa, which is the Tswana tribe, located in the northwest. So let's focus on that. So the people of Northwest perform a stately dance routine where each man bows a pipe while they dance. So if you see on my right hand, we have the pictures of the Tswana community there. So also a whistle made of reed plasters is used to accompany dances. Other instruments such as drums, rattle, horns, and stringed instruments are used to accompany dances as well. Also, the Tswana people have a chief who rules and judges. This is usually the one who makes decision in the entire community. So also, the chief fulfills many roles actually. He can fulfill the role of a provider of gifts, leader in war, and magician of the tribe. Very interesting culture. So now, ladies and gentlemen, among the cultural uniqueness and diversity in South Africa, let us focus on the languages. Let us focus on the 11 official languages. So as we know, we have Afrikaans, we have English, isiNdebele, isiXhosa, isiZulu, Sesotho, Setswana, Siswati, Tshivenda, Xitsonga, and we also have others like sign language and the like. So South Africans define themselves through their cultural ceremonies and traditions, many of which focus on the sharing of food. We like food. So this is one of the most apparent in the diverse styles of food. So my dear students, I've given you a little bit of homework activities down there. So these are long questions. Number one, it says, how will culture and heritage tourism contribute to a sustainable tourism economy? I feel like we have touched a little bit on that on the slides. So please go through it and understand the content. Also, number two, why is cultural tourism more popular than heritage tourism? Also, three, how would you compare heritage sites and cultural sites? We also kind of like made a difference there, if you remember. Also, what aspects contribute to poor performance of cultural and heritage tourism? 5, what 2 types of travel does domestic tourism include? 6, what can be done to improve culture and heritage tourism? So please answer those questions, and on our next lesson we shall do corrections and actually get to know what did you write as answers. Dear amazing and extraordinary students, we have come to the conclusion of our lesson. In conclusion, cultural and heritage tourism is a great way to learn more about the history and culture of a place. It can provide an economic boost to an area, as well as helping to preserve local traditions and cultures. So thank you so much for listening. See you next time. I hope you come prepared to our next lesson, because it will be very interesting. Thank you so much.